Hello, I'm Joel Baird, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television, inviting you to take a little time to learn about Missoula elections, local elections this year for November of 2024. To that end, in the studio with me is Roy Handley. He is running for House District 93. Thanks, Roy, for taking the time to come down.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me.
Will you tell the people who are watching what area you're going to serve if you're successful in the election?
House District 93 runs from Clinton, which is the Granite County line, takes in basically the mountains and then a piece of the University District. Then it runs and takes in Miller Creek. It runs down towards Ravalli County line, takes in a portion of that. It does not include Lolo, but I am basically kind of on the, I guess it would be the south side of Missoula County.
Wow, yeah. And as we discussed before, that's a lot of different areas to represent.
And the line is amazingly crooked, and it's it's hard to understand.
Yeah. So, Roy may be a candidate in your district. You got to learn like what district you're in, and you can be helped with maps. And I'm going to put up on the screen some websites you can go to that will lay out the districts within Missoula County. So I sent the same questions to everyone, and as we said, they're pretty soft questions so people can speak their mind on what they want. So question one is, what inspired you to run for this office?
Well, as most people can see, I'm a little older and I'm semi-retired now, and I have kind of got a little more time to spend, and there's some things that concern me about what's happening in Montana in general, and I guess I always said if you want to complain, you should vote. So now I vote, but I also have some time, and I would like to see if I can fix some of those problems.
Okay. Well, so that kind of bleeds into question two, which is describe how you see Missoula County, what you like about it, and what you want to improve. And if that fits your problem fixing, feel free to throw it in.
I guess I was born and raised in Missoula County. I've been a private business owner my whole life. I've been involved in agriculture and transportation and the food service industry. And so I've done a lot of things in my life, but there's some things that came out of the last legislature that concern me, and mainly was property taxes. Another thing is insurance, where being in a higher fire danger area now, there are people that are being denied insurance because we're in the wrong zip code. And those things concern me because everybody has a mortgage and everybody is trying to pay their taxes, and we need to figure out a way to fund government without being solely on the backs of property owners. I know that in the past, Missoula and the state of Montana has been against sales tax. But at some point in time, we have to figure out how to get the people that use, I think it's our second largest part of our economy now, which is tourism, to help us pay for what we have here, which I think is a very beautiful spot. So those are kind of my top issues that I think we need to address. Now, I have some ideas. I don't know if they would fly. I'm going to have to see how those flesh out, but those are kind of some of my top issues that I think need to be dealt with.
I gotcha. And it does seem like a lot of people are on your same page. You know what? The narrative we've been hearing is that Montana's gone from being a resource extraction state to being a tourist state. The resource extraction with all that heavy equipment and profitability and so on, that shouldered the burden of state responsibility. And with that gone, or going lower and lower, then property taxes are going higher and higher. I don't think you're alone. I've heard that quite a bit around the library, is all I'll say.
Yes.
Okay, so number three, if you were elected to a seat in the Montana House, what would you like most about this job? And of course, the least is the second part.
Most is I want to try to help the people of Montana and my district enjoy where they live, afford to where they live, and be able to buy a place where they live. The fun part of this is the politics. I'm not a very political person. Everybody says, what's your motto? I said, I'm more practical than I am political. So that's kind of how I look at it. I think we need to fix some things. I don't think it's completely broken, but it cannot be the us against them mentality. We cannot survive as a society that way. And I think we need to get back to more of a, I guess I'm going to call it the family mentality, where you have family and community, where everybody can come together. We might not agree on everything, but at least we can come together and make a informed decision on which way may be the best or not, or fix the problem after we make it, I guess. So,
Yeah. Well, I don't know how much campaigning you've done, but that's the question. You know, what have you learned about Missoula and Montana while campaigning?
I've learned that my district is amazingly big. It's very expensive to campaign. I guess I want to keep it a citizen legislature, but at the same time, this all costs money.
Yeah.
And to get your name out there, that's a big thing. And some people will say, I won't vote for a Republican, I won't vote for a Democrat, but I think people need to educate themselves on the issues and find someone that aligns with their values.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's a great idea. So it makes me more glad I'm doing free interviews too, because it's pricey, right? Here's a general one. Describe some of Missoula's strengths and weaknesses.
The strengths are where we're at in Montana. I think we have a very beautiful spot here. I guess people want to come here. That's a strength. A weakness is we have to be able to keep the people that are here, our kids or people that want to live here, they need to have a job and a way to afford something to live in Missoula. That is a huge thing, is affordability to me. I think somebody told me that median price in Missoula is now $580,000 or something like that. And if that is indeed the number, those jobs, we need to be able to figure out how to support those kind of jobs, those numbers with jobs.
Yeah.
And whether that means, the subdivision stuff, we need to figure out some way to make it affordable for young families to live here.
Yeah. All right, now you get your closing thoughts, and there's no time limit.
Well, I'd just like to say I would appreciate your support in November. I guess if you have any questions, you can look at Roy Handley for Montana. That's the website, and you can go there and you can punch in a question, and I will try to answer it to the best of my ability. I would appreciate your support in November. Thank you very much.
Great. Roy, thank you very much for taking the time to come down. And dear viewer, thank you for taking the time to learn more about these elections. Now, I'm going to put on the screen several websites you can go to. One is going to tell you whether you're registered to vote, so please find that out. We feel like you're going to get a mail-in ballot. It's going to start about early October 4th through the 7th. You should be seeing them. If you don't, you need to go to one of these websites and check your registration. Another website, I'll put it up now, is going to show you which district you're in. All right? So anyway, thank you so much for watching, Roy. Again, thanks for taking the time to be down here. And we'll be back with more candidate interviews in the course of the election season. For MCAT, I'm Joel Baird. Thanks for watching.